Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Fifth Lock Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is, from the School of Hot Sauce, it is the Carolina Reaper sauce, the Mighty Mighty Reapers. Are you ready to graduate? What is the point? This looks so cartoon. This actually looks. It's so clumsy and amateurish. This label's bad. Wow. And it's a full sleeve too. So I get nervous when I see full sleeves on anything. If I see a full shrink sleeve, I start to get nervous. This was one I saw on the Amazon, and I said, well, if it's on the Amazon, it was not a lot of money, and I needed like a few bucks to get free shipping. So I threw it on. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And there is a person who is the recipient of all the sauces. I don't, well, not all, but most of the sauces I don't particularly care to slug through. So I was like, well, you know, we'll give it a go. See what happens. Extremely hot. Use with caution. Yep. Sure, Jan. All right, the first ingredient is water. The second ingredient is vinegar. The third ingredient is aged Carolina Reaper peppers, then chili powder, then salt, then sugar. And if you see here, this definitely has a sort of chili powder-ish look to it. So, we do have a restrictor cap. It needs it. It is very, very loose. So you can see we're just going to do it a drop at a time. Let's throw a bunch of this in there. Is this using with caution, filling a white spoon? Probably not, but that's fine. This definitely is a sauce that you will want to agitate a lot. So we don't have a super wonderful visual here. This looks like soy sauce, actually. Soy sauce with stuff in it. And I think they have, I don't know who School of Hot Sauce is. It strikes me as a tad gimmicky, but I'm not going to say it is because I'm not familiar with him. Because there is dried pepper there. I don't know that I consider this to be a super appetizing color, to be honest. It's not quite as dark as soy sauce, but it does kind of give off that vibe. It does smell like Reapers though, so I mean I'm sure there's Reapers in it. I have no doubt about that. But let's get into it. Oh, that's bitter and grainy. Delicious. Oh, that's awful. Oh, it's so grainy. Wow. That's annoying. There's so much grit in that. It's kind of funky. So we've got here the Marie Callendar Vermont Cheddar mac and cheese bowl. You know it, you love it, you've seen it before. And, oh, that's unpleasant. Eating this by itself is not something I would say anyone should do. That is, I do it because that's what I do with all the sauces here. There's still a bunch of grit left on this. Look at that. Why? Okay, so if you buy a cayenne, Louisiana style sauce, cayenne sauce, with aged red peppers, which are the cayenne peppers, you don't get all this grit. Why would you leave that in there? It's not from the sugar, it's not from the salt, it's not from the chili powder. Why? I don't... Why? Definitely you do get the bitterness of a super hot, though. That is there. I don't honestly find this a very pleasant sauce. Sometimes the less expensive sauces you get on Amazon will be, you'll find like hidden gems, right? I would not characterize this in those terms. It definitely is a bit garlic forward, not garlic forward, vinegar forward. And like, I think it works okay-ish in stuff like this, where you're most likely going to use like Louisiana style sauce. It does pack a bit of a punch. When I opened this, it was almost near the top of the neck as well. So they definitely are not shy about giving you a bunch of stuff in the bottle. Flavor-wise, it's a bit funky. It's very, very bitter. It's a sort of super hot bitter, if you're familiar with that. It's very, for me, it's a very distinctive bitter. I'm going to try to stir this in. It does impart heat, though. I will give it that. So I wonder if they used a mash, or I wonder if they used those dried also. Let's see. So there's a comma after peppers, but it could be aged Carolina Reaper peppers chili powder. Oh, I mean, definitely there's enough grit in there that I don't think it's powder. I think it's Reapers and chili powder. It just is not a very pleasant tasting sauce. Definitely is more something where you just want to add a degree of heat to things. Very bizarre. It is potentially useful, though. Like, sauces like this are useful in the respect of tolerance building. That's not really a thing that I worry about a lot, honestly. The sort of high tolerance stunt stuff, I just don't do a lot of. We have a really sort of odd flavor combination here with whatever's going on with the Reapers and the chili powder, which is probably like our bowl or something. I think maybe in hindsight it would have been better. I didn't know that they had other peppers. Had I known that, I don't think I would have got a Reaper sauce. I probably would have maybe went for like a ghosty or something like that, where I like the flavor better usually. But this is I just don't quite understand what they were going for here. Like this sauce is honestly one I find kind of confusing, and there's a shitload of it here. I don't think I've used maybe not quite a full ounce yet, I don't think. So I'll continue playing around with it, but I don't really like the flavor, and that's the first time I've had it by itself in a spoon. And I really don't like that grit. And I noticed the grit quite a bit as well in that mac and cheese I just had. And it comes off feeling a little bit clumsy and unpolished. Kind of like the artwork on the label. So every time I see somebody who wants to use a full shrink sleeve, I feel like they're trying to hide something. And, maybe they just wanted to do that to seal the cap. And it just wasn't that much more. Which I do find a little bit hard to believe, because you actually have to process more of this to get the shrink sleeve to, pull in. And whoever actually put these sleeves on did a great job. Like, that part is excellent. Like, the actual process of shrinking the sleeve on is really, really good. But I'm sure it wasn't those guys. I'm sure it was like a commercial somebody doing that. But it does have a punch to it. I will give it that. There is definitely some heat to this, but it is honestly, just flavor wise, just a bit abrasive to me, combining kind of like the worst possible light, I guess, to showcase the Reaper in. Definitely the heat is, it's notable. The heat is definitely notable, and maybe that's what they were going for. They just wanted something that was relatively inexpensive that could deliver heat. And it does do that. But for me, hot sauces, I really buy more because I want a flavor experience. I want to, potentially enhance the flavor of what I'm having. This one, I'm of two minds, okay? This stuff here I don't like by itself. I feel like it definitely needs a sauce to be added to it. I don't really find it palatable without a sauce of some kind on it. And I think this did improve it, just not to a great degree I would have hoped for. Certainly not like a Louisiana-style cayenne sauce. And that, I think, is where this one works best. It is okay-ish on like chicken tendies. Like, I don't mind it there. But this is not with that ingredient list, I probably should have guessed that, but just not, I guess it's just not, to me, a super impressive offering, and we'll just kind of leave it there. So that was the School of Hot Sauce Carolina Reaper Hot Sauce.
Number 4. In peace. To serve the flame.